Hey guys, what's up? This is Joey Olmeda, and this is uncensored, unedited, uncut, and unwatched. Until now. Well, I should have said that at the end. That's what I usually do. But guys, now I'm gonna watch. I wish I could watch all these films. There's just no time. I wish I had more time, and that's the story of my life, really. But guys, let's get right into it. These are the top 10 most watched films currently that I love to watch now as an adult. I made a video of my top 10 most watched films when I was young, from 4 to 12 or 4 to 14, and then my most watched films from throughout high school. Now these top 10 films I watch the most now, presently. So first one is going to be with Dennis Quaid and Jim Caviezel, and that would be Frequency. Definitely one of my top 10 most watched films now. And some of some of these movies in here can also go with some films that I used to watch when I was younger and and throughout high school, and those other two videos, and also now. But that kind of shows you how good these movies are, because the older they are, and if I'm still watching them now, that tells you just how great these films are. Frequency is an older film, but it's just amazing. I mean, a son's only hope to stop a murder is the father who's been dead for 30 years. I mean, it totally grips you there. The storyline's crazy. It's about a father and a son, and how the son, needs to help. You got to watch it. I don't want to ruin it for you, but he lost his father when he was younger, and it definitely has to do with time travel and just, man, like how you kind of, how, I don't know how it happens, but I mean, and it's in the film, of course, where the son is communicating with his father in the past. I mean, his father's in the past and he's in the present day communicating, and they're trying to figure out stuff and trying to, work together to make things better, basically, in their lives. It's an awesome film. You got to check it out. Also, my top 10 most watched films now is Strangers on a Train. I remember watching this one a long time ago, and I still love watching it, and I watch it every now and then. This one, along with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, are the only two films that I've ever wanted to do a remake of, and that's crazy for me to say, because I've always disliked the idea of remakes, because I always looked at it as it was kind of like a diss to the original. But the more that they've been making them, I've been kind of getting a little bit more appreciation for remakes, because they don't copy it, I guess I should say scene by scene or word for word. They try to change it up. They try to do their own take, and that's exactly what I would like to do. But just those two films. I've never really had any interest in remaking any other films except those two. But this is a great film. You got to watch it. I mean, it's about two strangers that meet on a train, and they talk about swapping murders. Just, it's crazy, and so that way they have a better chance of getting away with it. It's a crazy movie. You got to watch it. Alfred Hitchcock, of course, and of course Robert Walker, Ruth Roman, and Farley Granger. Awesome actors. Also, Freddy vs. Jason, most watched film currently, also as well. One of my top 10 most watched films. I love it. I think Ronnie, you nailed it. He's the guy that made Bride of Chucky, and he nailed it. I know a lot of people don't agree with me as far as how this movie came out, but it's an awesome film. They did a great job. I think they nailed it from the story, or being able to bring both stories together and make a great, in my opinion, a great film for Freddy versus Jason. I have mixed feelings about everything else, but I'm just gonna, I don't want to go. I'm gonna start getting better about not going into detail so much with everything, because I have so many other films to kind of show, and I want to try to make the video about 10 minutes. I know people have, their time is very valuable, so I'll make another video talking about Freddy vs. Jason. But another movie is Heat. How can you not love this film? Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. They got them both in one film finally together, until years later, of course, they got them together again. And Val Kilmer's in this as well. Dude, this movie is it's a long movie, but it is well worth the wait. And it's I enjoy every minute of it. Especially, of course, the scene where Al Pacino and Robert De Niro are, sitting across from each other at that diner, and they're just talking. They're having their dialogue, and they have their iconic scene of, it's just an amazing film, man. And of course, it's a great film. You got to watch it. One of the best action films of all time. The Wolf of Wall Street would be another one, based on a true story. Leonardo DiCaprio, in my opinion, should have won an Academy Award for this movie. He was robbed, in my opinion. I think he should have won. Of course, it's a Martin Scorsese film, and Jonah Hill did an amazing job too. And of course, Margot Robbie. Well, what else can I say about Margot Robbie? Just saying her name, people already know. She's amazing. She's amazing and beautiful. Also, one of my favorite films of all time that I still watch to this day, of course, and most watched film even today, is Goodfellas. I love it. I love this film. Martin Scorsese, you got Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Ray Liotta. I absolutely love this film. One of my favorite films of all time. Definitely in my top 100 films of all time, or top 100 favorite films of all time. Casino would be another one. Love it, man. Robert De Niro, Sharon Stone, Joe Pesci. I love the dynamic teamwork from Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. To me, it's just like I had mentioned before about like Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward. It's like, in my opinion, this is just me, Sheen and Estevez, but this is one of the best dramas of all time, and just along with, just like Goodfellas, I love it. Another Martin Scorsese film. Man, I gotta say, he has to be my favorite director, because The Color of Money is absolutely one of my most watched films even now. And Paul Newman, Tom Cruise, you gotta watch it. It's a great film. Of course, I love this film, man. So many great quotes. Paul Newman won an Academy Award for this, well deserved in my opinion. A lot, some people don't think so, but I definitely think so. And he's a great actor. One of my favorite actors of all time is Paul Newman, and Tom Cruise is great too. I love this movie though. You got to watch it. It's a very, very good film. Frailty would be another one. This very, very well could be my favorite horror movie of all time. And it's just, Bill Paxton nailed it, man. Matthew McConaughey did a great job. Powers Booth, of course, did an amazing job as well. And it's just one of my favorite films of all time. Definitely in my top 100 as well. Bill Paxton, Matthew McConaughey, man. You got to check this out. I definitely recommend it. You will not be disappointed. Great script, great acting, great story. Another movie I love is I Love You, Man. If I could tell this Blu-ray, I love you, man. As a matter of fact, yes, I will. I'll do it right now. I love you, man. I love you. You're not going to say it back? Okay, well, I guess that's just the way it is sometimes. At least it's better than I know. But, from Empire Strikes Back, the whole Princess Leia and, Han Solo, But anyway, guys, Paul Rudd, Jason Segel, in my opinion, another dynamic duo, two guys who are a great team, working together again, working great together, I should say. Paul Rudd, Jason Segel, I love it, man. Nothing else to be said, because this is definitely, if not my favorite comedy movie of all time, it's definitely in my top 100 once again. But these guys are my top 10 most watched movies even now. Let me check to see how much time I got left, because I would like to touch up on the runner-ups. There's other movies that, for sure, I still watch to this day, and I absolutely am just in awe of. Equilibrium. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Believe me, you'll love it. Of course, that's with Christian Bale. And The Rules of Attraction. This movie is so unique in so many ways. So captivating, so great. The way it's filmed and the way it was edited, by the way, was just amazing. Amazing work. It's a really intriguing film and just very entertaining and awesome. You got to check it out. The Abominable Dr. Phibes. I love it. Vincent Price, man. Just, one of my favorite actors of all time. And I got to tell you, man, James Van Der Beek did a great job here. Shannon Sossamon, Kip Pardue, Kate Bosworth, Jessica Biel, Ian Somerhalder also did a great job. But yeah, man, you gotta check out this one. I love The Abominable Dr. Phibes, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. and just entertaining, super entertaining, man. And I mean, like I said, Vincent Price, in my opinion, does an amazing job in this. Great, should have won an Academy Award as well. I'll go ahead and say it. Alfred Hitchcock. One thing I love about this guy's films is that I love the scripts, I love the acting. I love the scripts, I love the acting, I love the characters, the story, especially the story and script, and acting, everything, man. I mean, it's just beautiful work. Rope, you got to check it out. I love it. One of my favorite films of all time right here. But these are runner-ups to my top 10 most watched films to this day. So thank you guys very much. This has been uncensored, unedited, uncut, and unwatched until now. See you next time.